Alright, so I received some questions about my video on Dominant Birthrights Part 2. And the question was I upset because I was unable to transition using testosterone? Am I upset because I cannot have surgery? Okay. I get the gist of the question. No, I'm not upset about any of that. That's actually the point that I was trying to make, is that they were easily wanting to do those things for me and to me, free of charge. And now it's funny because whereas I couldn't get health care, but they was going to give me enough to get this surgery done, and even other people volunteering to help make that transition. But I realized, it was deceit. Deceit to self and deceitful to others. And the reason why the life of a female to male transgender is difficult is because I've talked to a lot of women, lesbian, straight, gay, and the lesbians seem to reach a consensus that if they wanted a male, they would go get a male. And the straight women say it's not a male, you just pretend to be a man. And really, at the end of the day, it was what they said it was deceitful. It was deceit, and a story that even though the transgender person believed it was not a truth that they could absorb within themselves, because it wasn't a truth. It was confusion that was not worked out. And they love, I have one of my friends, and I keep anonymity amongst my friends because they are cherished people in my life. But she said her partner, because I have FTM friends, who I told some of them had already made the transition, some of them had not. And some of them that made the transition are no longer taking the drugs because they realized that if America stopped manufacturing today, what would they do? If somebody told them today that they had no access and it was going to be cut off, they would have to learn how to function and get along in the world. And they learned that it is about coping. It's about being comfortable with who you are, accepting self as fully, wholly, whoever you are, whatever you are, being comfortable with it, and not allowing someone to help you further perpetrate a fraud against yourself or against others. So, that's really basically what it is. It's no hate. It's basically wanting to help people to understand that there are reasons why we are the way we are, and it's nothing to be ashamed of. It's nothing to be angry about, and it's nothing to commit suicide over. It's nothing to feel so angry within self that you feel like external mutilation is the only way to alleviate that pain. So what I'm talking about is self-love all the way through, wholly and completely. Just that simple. It is just that simple. Talking about self-love, loving self, knowing that within yourself you were born just the way you are, perfect, in your creation. And this your body to reign and rule. And take pride in your temple. You know, you just have to. I know it's one of those things where it seems hard. And I do have my moments when I'm just like, you know, I'm just not feeling it. You know, I'm just not feeling the way I look, the way I feel. None of that. But that's life. And you learn to work through those moments when you're not feeling your best or you're not feeling like you're looking the way you should look. How do you do that? Start taking time. Start sitting in the mirror, really looking at yourself. Start sitting in the mirror, having conversation with yourself. Telling yourself, you're beautiful. You got the most beautiful eyes I've ever seen before in my life. And not just saying it, but like really believing it, you know. Understanding that ain't nobody else got no skin like this, you know. Nobody else has the eyes, this voice, this body, this mind, you know what I'm saying? Special, you know. I'm special. Yeah, and if nobody never told you that, you are special. You're magnificent creatures. If you weren't, you know, if you weren't, people wouldn't naturally love you. But see, that's the thing about it. You have to realize people naturally love the spirit and the essence. And so while we talk about it being an internal thing, and we say it doesn't matter because on the inside I know who I am, and on the inside I know who I am, yet we do these external things to change ourselves physically. It's an argument that does not make sense. It's illogical. And those who continue to perpetrate that and continue to encourage you to go along with those behaviors of confusing yourself are nothing but perpetrators to the fraud. They're helping you to commit the fraud against yourself. They're helping you to commit a heinous crime towards yourself, and that's self-distrust and self-loathing and not loving yourself, not believing in yourself as a human, as a being. You know, it is a dissection. It's something that you have to do on your own, because somebody can take you down that path, and they can take you down the path that they want you to go down and have you come up with the results that they want you to come up with. But only you, and I can't stress it so much, only you can love you to the fullest. Only you know you. No one else is going to understand your point of view the way you understand your point of view. And so you just have to sit there and you have to work it out. You have to put yourself in time out, so to speak. And you got to say, time out, hold up. This pattern of thinking is wrong. I should not be beating myself up, because I am a good person. I am a wonderful person internally, externally. And that beauty that I have on the inside is going to radiate on the outside. You know, you just let it do that. You tell it what it's going to do. You tell yourself what you're going to do. You let somebody else tell you, you know, how to deal with your feelings and emotions. So who would be a better commander of your own ship and your own mind than you? I don't know no other person, you know. And after that, the first two psychologists that I talked to, after experiencing my experience, I knew from that point on that when I talked to psychologists that I had to be on alert to what it was they were saying. Everything that glitters ain't gold, but you can be gold. You're already gold. You just don't. You gotta uncover that dust, that fog, that cloud that has you believing that you're not good enough as is. You know what I'm saying? This is one of them type situation that when you arrive in this body and you take it out your mama's lot, so to speak, it's what you got. And it's a good thing. Ain't nothing broken about it. Ain't nothing bad about it. It's whole and complete. Just the way it is. Just the way it was supposed to be. And don't let nobody else tell you otherwise. Don't let nobody tell you you ain't good. Good enough to be who you are without changing. Ha! You good enough. Love yourself. I love you. I still love you. I still love you. I love you more than you could ever know. Because I love me now. And I can radiate that outwardly like nothing. Alright, peace. Love.